Hello, welcome to the first edition of Math with Mr. Howe. Today we're going to talk about the traditional multiplication algorithm, or as some of your parents would know it as the old way of multiplying. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply a 3-digit number, or a number in the hundreds place, times a 1-digit number. So I'm going to use 3 different colors for this demonstration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the number 539, and I'm going to multiply that by 8. So I'm going to do a red number 5 for the red for the hundreds. We're going to do blue for the tens, and we're going to use green for the ones. Then I'm going to multiply this number times a single-digit number. So I'm going to multiply 539 times 8. 8 because 8 is in the ones place, as is my 9 and the number 539. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply my ones together. So I have 8 times 9 as we look up this way. So 8 times 9 I know is 72. So my 7 I'm going to put above my tens place because it's 7 tens, and my 2 I'm going to put in my ones place for 2 ones. So 8 times 9 is 72. The next step is to multiply the ones times the tens. So I'm going to look this way, working from right to left, or the smallest place value to the largest place value. So I'm going to do 8 times 3, and I know that 8 times 3 is 24. So I know that it is 24, but before I add my 24, I have to take into account this number 7 that is up here. So really what I'm going to do is 24 plus 7, and I know that 24 plus 7 equals 31. So my 1 is going to go in my tens place, and my 3 is going to go above my hundreds place because it's 30 tens, or 300. So step 3 in this equation is to multiply my ones times my hundreds place. So I'm going to look at it this way. I'm going to go 8 times 5, and I know that 8 times 5 is 40. But I have a 3 up here in my hundreds place that I need to take into consideration too. So then I do 40 plus 3, which would be 43. So my 3 drops down into my hundreds place. I've got nothing else to multiply, so I can drop my 4 down here as well. And I'm going to use yellow to represent my thousands place. So my number, and my product in this case, is 4,312. Now, step 1, for those of you following along, was to multiply the ones together. Step 2, multiply the ones place times the tens place, and then you're going to add the regrouped number. In this case, it was the number 7 that is up here. Step 3 is to multiply the ones place times the hundreds place, then add the regrouped number. So in this case, it was 8 times 5, and it was 40 plus 3 that's up here to give you 43 down here. Then finally, you have your product, which is 4,312. Thank you for tuning in today for the very first edition of Math with Howe. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something.